Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we are live on a Sunday morning, ready to give you some podcasting before the Super Bowl, wherever you're at. The official weapon of the show is
Folding chair.
an unofficial sport.
What about?
And bullet ball extreme, extreme, extreme. And we're not by ourselves. We actually have a guest today. Today's guest is your fave. He's a podcaster for the Mundane Festival podcast. He's an actor of stage and screen. He's a stand-up comedian and a friend. Chris Lamberth, his new stand-up album, Killing in Obscurity, comes out February 20th, which is only in a couple of weeks. What's going on, my man?
Thanks for having me. So happy to be back. Honored as always to be with you and Karen. Just plugging away, TPS reports by day, stand up by night, getting yelled at by my mom, taking care of my mom, making sure she has what she needs, trying to get that paper, auditioning, same shit, new stall, but just
Yeah.
incremental progress.
Same soup, just reheated, as
Yep.
they say.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's good to see you, brother. First of all, I listened to the album this morning. I was playing some video game. I went and found a video game I can pay attention to stuff in the background, those kind. And I listened to the whole thing this morning. Dude, it's so good. It's brilliant. It's funny. It's so encapsulate everything that I know and love about you. It's sharp. And like it's succinct. Like it's got like maybe 16 or so tracks, but it's like fast. You know what I mean? And the tracks aren't like short either. Like I just mean when I say fast, it's like the rhythm of the comedy. You know, it's not.
It
It's
flows.
not. Yeah, it flows. But but all the storytelling of you, all the dark humor, the light humor, like all of that stuff, man, is on display, man. I love Fell Running Back as well, your first album.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
But like this joint right here, man, is like this joint is fire as well. And it like I am very, very impressed, man. It's always dope to know dope people that do dope work, because I don't ever have to come on here and lie to the audience like,
Right.
hey, my friend made a thing, and hey,
Yeah,
maybe it's good,
check-
maybe it's not. You
go
never know.
Check it out.
I like nah.
Right.
I was listening to this joint like, oh my god, Chris is in his motherfucking bag, dude. I won't spoil, your punchlines and your jokes too much, but obviously we'll talk about life stuff, but everything like the dating stuff, the stuff about the Jordans, the stuff about your mom, I love all the stuff about coming out of the pandemic, finally going back to the movies, stuff about blackness where we, going to get going to the theater the same week that a black movie was out, and then going to get the white movie, and then the sister that worked there being like having a little like all that stuff, man, is just beautiful stuff that I man, just like take a bow, bro. I can't wait for everyone else to be able to hear this.
Yeah, and also, Chris, kudos to you for taking care of your mom. I know, like, dealing with older parents could be something else because my aunt who raised me is my mom. She's in her 80s. And they are very set in their ways. A lot of times they difficult. A lot of times they fuss at you about shit that don't make sense. You be like, why are you fussing at me about this? I'm not 10. But she's also adorable.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. I remember you was saying like you got her everything on the list, but she was like, you didn't get me this. You were looking like, but you didn't tell me that's what you what you wanted. If you would have, I would have got it. I feel you, dog.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. It means a lot. Stop trying to make me cry, guys.
Nah, man,
You are a good son. I don't know if anybody told you that. She might not tell you that, but you are
No,
a good son.
sometimes
Baby.
she does. I mean, it's hard like when they get older and stuff, but I'm happy to have her around
That's true.
still, and yeah, it's a lot, but it definitely you got to take some of that pain and like trauma and try to make it art. Might as well try to get paid off of it.
Yeah.
try to make people laugh or try to make yourself feel less alone when
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
present it to an audience
Yeah,
because
because
they
you're
can
not the
definitely
only one
relate.
going through that.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of what they call it that middle generation where you don't have any children, but some people are taking care of their
mhm,
children in addition to taking care of their parents. So you're
yeah,
kind of in that middle spot.
hmm,
Yeah, I think also like that's the talent, right?
Hmm.
That's the hard part is turning that stuff into something. Like I think I mean, first of all, it's cool to be funny and be like absurd. Like there's nothing wrong with
Right.
that. Like if you want to there's some comedians get on stage and they're just like, hey, I was in space the other day and I saw 3 aliens and you're like, okay,
yeah,
that didn't happen, but let's see what you got to do. But I think like the hard part is turning to like the mundane,
yeah,
the
Yeah.
into that festival to make people
yeah.
want to like come enjoy it. And a lot of that
I see
stuff
what you
is
did there, Rod.
well, hey
I
man,
know, yeah,
segues
you're
aren't
right.
for kids.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
for sure.
I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know.
but but it is but that is the beauty of it, man, and that's where the talent comes in. And that is I always feel like a lot of times they tell comedians, especially when they start off, especially black ones,
Hmm.
they
Yeah,
kind of like tell them to skew away from the
From
things that make them them. They'll be
yes,
like, hey, Chris, you're funny, but you got a lot of jokes about race
race.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
oh my
Why
God,
don't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, white man, you're kind of trying to turn me into you. You're just trying to. If I
Right.
got up here and talked about my dick for 15 minutes, you'd be like, "That's brilliant." I love white dudes love
yeah.
talking about their dick,
I've
but
heard black people tell me, a black comic told me that stop, don't talk about race.
oh yeah, I remember that when
Yeah.
Stephen
Yeah,
A. Smith was doing comedy at
yeah,
first. It was a long time ago.
It was years
He
ago.
wasn't. It was he was one note. He didn't have a lot of good jokes. It was a
yeah,
lot of his all his stand up started by him telling somebody how good a brother was and that a brother could ball. But then he would say however, and then he would talk bad
He
about the
was
brother.
pivot. Yeah.
Um, but no, I just think it's interesting because the shit that happens to you is what makes you unique, but it's also
Yes.
what makes you relatable.
Hmm.
yeah.
And being able to get in that pocket and find that shit is
Mhm.
like that's the hardest thing I think for people. And I remember listening to you work out some of these jokes, because I got to see you a few times when I was in New York, and like hearing the fruition of these bits and the timing and the audience, eating it up and like reeling them in, pulling them out, reeling them in. Like, man, you just really killed this thing, man. And I hope you are proud of it because you should be. Is it going to be audio or is it video as well? Like how is this coming out?
Yeah, it's gonna be, so they're both gonna come out. The special is gonna come out, and the album are gonna come out on February 20th. The specials will be on YouTube, and you'll see the show at Caveat, and yeah, and then the album, which I just hopefully the link will come out soon. I decided to add 2 bonus tracks onto the album version. It's me working out. Just there's a bit about me talking about the Superman movie and about Superman being too woke, and then there's a bit that I've been working on for a long time about R. Kelly,
Mm,
and I was working it out at the Comedy Cellar, and things kind of it. It's unpolished, but
mm,
I still think it's kind of like that. If you remember my first project, the failed running back, me talking about Bumblebee, the Bumblebee
mhm.
movie, and Transformers. So it's kind of like just like a fun thing that I wanted it to live somewhere.
What was your what did you learn from failed running back when it came to making this special? Because I feel like failed running back was your the jumping out of the nest to see like can I fly? Like,
Yeah.
like you know
Because
you
sometimes
know
people get scared.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, because I love Chris, but Chris, you were so precious about like this first special, man. It's got to be da 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 da, and then you kind of pulled the ripcord on it, like fuck it, it's the pandemic. What if I fucking
Yeah,
die? Then
Right.
right.
there's just nothing out there, and but like this time, I feel like you get to do it with a little less of the fuck it. It's
Right.
like it's more of a like, nah, this is a plan. This is like this
Mhm.
a
Yeah. I
whole
got a strategy.
this a whole
Yeah.
rollout. This a thing. So like,
Mhm.
what did you learn from failed running back that you brought into Killing in Obscurity?
Well, failed running back was kind of like a very poor man's version of Chris Rock's Kill the Messenger, where I recorded some stuff on my sets on my phone, and then I thought we were going to all die, and I wanted something to have a barcode of mine on it. I wanted to leave
Out
something
there in the
behind
world.
for the robots, and just
The
to have
AI.
something, because yeah, for AI and everything. So I just put it out, and I had the great Andy Klein master it, and I put it out, and just because that was about 25 minutes or so. So I think that was just like an offering of like, what if Comedy Central had given me a half hour, that's
Mm,
kind of what it would have been, something like that, something
mm,
like all A, and then a little bit of stuff in there. And then this one was just like, well, I know the jokes that I want to do, and some newer ones came
mm,
while I was preparing for this, because life happened to me,
mm-hmm,
um, and especially in the dating chunk, and then after my dad died, I think it just brought me. Yeah, I think I was just prepared. Like I said, you'll see when you watch the special, like me talking about Jeff Cerulli directed it, who's a friend of the podcast, and
mm,
he interviewed me a little before the show, and I was kind of nervous, so I was kind of like, but you'll see it.
mm,
And was it New Year's Eve of 2024, going into 2025. I did this show in Schenectady, New York. There's this big theater called Proctor's Theater, about a maybe 1,200 seater. It was maybe 900 people in there.
mm,
And I remember like just being on stage, and the jokes were just hitting them hard. Like they were laughing at the setups. And I was like, I think I got something here, man. I think I
mm,
can do something. So I just reached out to Brandon Collins and just said, hey man, what would you think about, I want to do a special. You think about like producing it. I know he had been doing Drunk Black History, and he had been
yeah,
putting on
Mhm.
shows, and
forever.
he had, in November of 2024, he had me come down and do a spot on this sketch show just to do stand up, and it was at Caveat. And I always love the fact that you can go downstairs. Like New York comedy is about, at least when you start out, when you start doing comedy in New York City, you're mostly doing bar shows. Sometimes you're going in basements and sharing your life with people and trying to come out on the other end.
Mm,
And Caveat definitely had that feel, because it's in a basement and it's this big nice space. And Brandon was able to secure that venue, and we were initially going to do 2 shows and didn't sell enough tickets.
mm.
So we had one shot, and I'd seen the homie JL do it, and I
Yeah,
said,
that's what we call that. We call that the
yeah,
jail covan.
yeah,
Yes.
You
yeah,
you schedule to sell enough for one, combine
yeah,
it in one. Now
yeah,
you got one full show. See,
right,
that's actually a smart strategy. He
yeah.
invented that.
I would have liked to have had, more another show, but it
Right.
is what it is, but I think we captured what it would be like with me doing stand up on a night wherever. So I think the people, I gave them everything I could, and
I
yeah, it
think
was.
I'm gonna be honest too. I think honestly, a lot of specials could benefit from one taping only. Like
Mm,
I know that's taboo to say to people outside of the game, but
Right.
um a lot of times, shout out to Keith Malley from Keith and the Girl, because he picks up this all the time. But a lot of times when they do this multiple tape and shit, the editing is not really great. Like,
Mm,
meaning like when they take a joke from the second night, there's just differences. You like, oh, you're holding a cup in this one, you weren't holding a cup the night before.
mhm.
Or
yeah,
The
the mic was
energy's on
over
the
here, we cut
audience.
back, the mic's way over here.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so at least continuity wise, there's more on the line. You'd like a safety net, but like continuity wise, it feels more real and lived in. And honestly, at that point, dude, if you don't got it,
yeah,
you don't got it. Like it, like if you filming a special and you bomb one, but the other you kill, like what the fuck happened? Like that's not even that shouldn't even be possible to be like, yeah, we had 2 tapings. One of them, I mean, them motherfuckers walked out, but the second one, that's the one that we killed. So I feel like it heightens the stakes, but I
it
mean,
does.
I
Yeah,
could feel the energy if I don't know, it feels more real.
Yes.
It's working without a wire. You know what I'm saying? It felt I like this feeling of I got to get this shit right. I got one take. And how does the video element change compared to the audio for the first one? So like I haven't seen the video yet, but in my mind, like when you got the PS5, I felt like you cradled it like a baby. Like I felt that, but I don't know if you did do that. Like, did you
Yeah,
have to
you'll
think
see it.
about shit like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, it's what well, one thing is money. So that
Mm.
I should have thought more. I should have saved some money for it. But
Mm.
I it's all my money, nothing from mommy.
So you're
Uh
trying to. So basically, when you watch or sell this thing or stream it, people putting money back in your pocket because you already done spent it.
yeah. So
Mm.
I think what I'll do for the special is put up a Venmo. So if you like the special, you could tip
Mm.
me or something like that. You could buy the audio version because there's bonus tracks that aren't on the
Okay.
special. So if I I've been coming on this show for 16 years. If you liked anything that I've ever done, if I ever made you laugh or made you feel good, now's the time for
Yeah. What's the
reparations.
cash app? What's the Venmo?
Yeah,
Tell the people
yeah.
where to get it.
Venmo is at Chris Lamberth. And yeah, so it's there, and then I'll post the pre-order link once it drops. But I wanted to come on here first because this is kind of where everything started from. Ever since the Morning Jones until
Yeah.
first when you and Karen first started. So I wanted
Yeah,
to do it the
the
right
show
way.
art that I chose for today's podcast is like the day that we met in Raleigh in Durham.
In real life, yeah.
In real life, man, when
Yeah,
we
the first time we ever seen you live.
with Fonte and Chris
Chris Hardwick,
Hardwick,
yeah.
when you were opening for Chris
2013?
Hardwick.
2013?
Bro,
It's
it's
been
been a long
wow.
time, man. We've
It's
known
been
Yeah.
you.
wow. That's a nostalgia pick. I seen that pick. I was like, "Ooh, that was forever ago."
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
known you for a long time, man. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
like, it's so dope. One, it's so dope to have that relationship that can keep going because that's not a guarantee. The older I get, the more you see like how weird shit just falls apart.
Mhm.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I would have thought that this would have been forever or whatever.
Mhm.
So just I'm very appreciative of the ability to like maintain
Thank
these type of friendships and to have them.
Me too, Chris. And I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be funny. I'm glad the internet didn't make you crazy because I realized over the years the internet has warped a lot of people. Like, not trying to be
Yeah.
funny, mentally warped them where you like, oh, I have to let you go. I want them, but I have to because you are too far out there. The internet done got you, baby.
Look at these young naive children here.
Yeah.
Just
Oh my God.
the world in front of them.
Child, I had a relaxer.
Karen's hair was relaxed. Chris Hardwick this was before he got in any trouble. Fonte, I think little brother hadn't got back together and then not got back together again yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris, full of hope,
Yeah. Well,
background. Nervous that Fonte might have listened to the podcast where I said I didn't like charity at home. It was a lot going on
There's a lot going
in
on
this
that
picture,
day.
guys. It was a lot happening for these babies.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times, man.
So also you talk about I mean since you started coming on here we've talked about relationships and personal life and dating and shit, but like your comedy didn't always talk about it back in the day, but I feel like this might be the most I've heard you talk about dating and relationships in a special.
Yeah.
Like what was that like to be vulnerable, talk about breakups, all that stuff? Were you worried about all the people that I'm dating gonna hear this and they're gonna be like, that's not how I remember it, or not so funny to me, were you worried?
Very funny story. My ex-girlfriend came to the taping.
Oh,
And yeah. And like after I got off stage, I saw a text and she said, "You were amazing, great job." And she gave me
wow.
the salute emoji.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And so we ended up hanging out that night and uh but whatever.
Having a good time and
Yeah.
drinking a shake at the counter with two straws. I feel
We
you.
did go to a burger joint, yeah.
Okay,
In the
there you
city.
go.
But I got love for her. I always have love for her, and it wasn't to be malicious or anything. It's just like
Right.
that's my life, and it's like I think I remember like Chris Rock and Neil Brennan doing a podcast. What's the one where they're like, we know black guys, but it was just
The
Neil,
Champs.
the Champs, yeah.
Yeah, I
And it's
used to
just
fuck with that show,
I did
man.
too, yeah.
Yeah, I always felt bad because Neil Brennan's like my he's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Oh,
Like I do understand he's a problematic white man and that he does think he has this authority to speak on black shit that is like I love the Chappelle show too, but come on, brother.
yeah.
Um,
I opened for him years ago, and he was cool. Like, because I told him,
yeah.
I was like, I think I told him, I was like, dude, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, but I like that movie. What's the movie he directed about the cars, the car dealership or some shit? And he was like, no, I get it, man. No, and he was cool. Like we were just like arguing about sports, and it was a good time. He was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but I have to privately like his stuff. Like I love the Champs. That I mean, literally tears rolling down my eyes listening in my
Yeah.
cubicle level. Like that's how funny that shit was to me. And then but I can never publicly be like, yo, Neil Brennan funny as fuck, because like I always know I'm like 3 weeks away from him saying something
Yeah.
that people can go back and be like, I thought that was your boy. And I'm like, I didn't say he was my boy. I said the Champs was funny. Leave me alone.
I'll tell you something. I'll give you a footnote to that, I guess. The Champ. So he was talking to Chris Rock, and I remember listening to that as a young comic, and he was just like, you talk about like a special should be. It should be this. It's not written in stone, but Bring the Pain is probably one of the greatest stand-up comedy specials of all time, at least to me. Bring the Pain and Mr. P.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, Bring the Pain and Elephant in the Room, rather.
Okay.
So he's like, you talk about current events, personal stuff, relationships, sex, or something like you talk about those topics as they relate to you, and try to have that at least that structure and build upon that. So I like that formatting, so it fit in my brain where it would be like that. Two, the special's named from essentially a Bill Burr quote, and Bill Burr is one of my all-time favorite comedians.
He's like your Neil Brennan. He's like your Neil Brennan. You like this is the thing about liking white people, man. It's so hard because white dudes, like the thing people forget about white dudes, because in the gender wars, the white man has attained vanilla king status, and they have not earned it. They have not earned it. And the bar is so low for them that they get away with shit that niggas can't get away with in the gender wars.
Yeah.
So like I be excited, like, oh man, Bill Burr seems like he knows what's happening. Like, okay, I fuck with him. Oh, Neil Brennan's cool. But then I can't really put it on a t-shirt, because then like every once in a while they be like, you know what, Beyonce full of shit. I'm like, glad I didn't say check out Bill Burr's latest special, because I'm not gonna defend that. And then he go over there and perform for the Saudi King or whatever Prince, and now I'm like, well, now I'm doubly can't fucking tell people I love this guy. So I feel I just want to relate. I can relate is what I'm saying to the
we've talked about that
dude, but also
we've talked about that before on the show, and so it's like, I mean, it's if you look at my Facebook post and you follow me on Instagram, I put out a heart, like my version of a heartfelt post was I had got to randomly open for him, and I talk about it on my latest episode of the pod, my Monday Festival, but I'll say it here too. 2012, I was at Caroline's. Bill Burr was performing there. The comics were just coming to hang out to see the show, sit in the back of the room. It was sold out. It was no room, but there was one little chair and table at the side of the stage, and I was sitting there, and he kicked me out because a customer had come in. And I said, you know what? The next time he comes into town, I'll get a ticket. I ain't gonna have to worry about it. So I get a ticket. He's playing in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, 15 minutes down the street from me. The club is at Bananas Comedy Club. It's in a Holiday Inn. basically the show's in a big ass conference room. I'm
Yeah, we've
standing
been
in
in one of
line.
those
I got
shows.
I'm standing in line. I got my ticket. I'm talking to a guy in line, and he's like, "Oh yeah," I said, "I'm a comedian." He's like, "Oh, you're a comedian?" He's like, "Are you famous?" I said, "Dude, if I was famous, I wouldn't be in line."
Right.
And I was and Paul Verzi, a buddy of mine, a comedian. Uh, he, I reached out to him. I just said, "Are you opening for Burr this at this show?" And he said, "I might be." And he actually said, "Yeah, I'm actually opening for him." And I said, I was thinking like maybe I just get to dap him up after the show and just say, "Big
Right.
fan, enjoy your work." So he comes in with Burr and they get rushed off to a room. And Verzi points at me and says, "Just wait here." And I was like, "All right." And then he tells me to come into this other room, another conference room. And there's Bill Burr standing there. And we're talking and just hanging out backstage. I'd seen him at perform at Carnegie Hall in 2011. And he said, and I said, "Yeah, I had a ticket to see you in Inglewood, but I didn't get to go because I had a show." And he was like, "What are you bragging? You had another show?" Like he was making fun, making fun of me, and just pleasantly and all that stuff. And then the
Right.
producer of the show comes back like 20 minutes later, and he said, How are we gonna do this, guys?" And then Bill said, "I'll do 50 and just let these guys do 10." And he pointed at me and then the guys that were already on the show. And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm on the show." So I
Oh,
got so I got to open for him that night with a ticket that I paid to go see him. And
damn.
I was just like, "Oh shit." And it was just like, always be prepared. I
Right.
knew
That's what they say.
I
Always
ripped.
be prepared.
Yeah, and I ripped it. We went to White Castle after the show. And then months later, I had just messaged him to say, like, to thank you. I thanked him then, but I just
Right.
messaged him to say thanks like a few months later. And he said, "Chris," he said, that's that's great to hear. Good luck with your stuff. Just keep
Mm,
plowing ahead and don't let the bullshit beat you down." And back then I was at a moment where I cried because like
mm,
that was one of my comedy heroes.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And regardless of what he did or what he said with the
Right.
red
Yeah.
eye, he
Right.
didn't, and he probably said that shit to a lot of people,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but he said it to me,
Yep.
and I
And they meant
took his
too.
advice,
Right.
and now you get this project. And I was thinking about, I'm not going to change the title of it because that's what it meant for me. And Killing in Obscurity, that's what I've been doing for years and years, where people come to see me perform. They don't know who the fuck I am, and they're just like, "Wow, that was a great show. The other week I saw famous person X
Mhm,
and it wasn't nearly as good as you. How come I never
mhm,
heard of you? How come years of
mm,
that?" And
right.
it's like, and so it's like, that's what, that's what this project is about.
Killing in Obscurity. And that was
Yeah.
something Bill Burr had said, like, on
Yeah.
a
He said it on this podcast with Tom Rhodes. This
okay.
comedian Tom Rhodes used to have a podcast, and Burr was on there, and he said, like, "What's the best advice you ever got in comedy?" And he said one of his old mentors said, "I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it." One guy, and then he said one time he was at the Comedy Cellar, and Bill and Dave Chappelle watched his set and was saying, I don't know, like, keep doing what you're doing. It's going to take a longer road for you, but when
Mm,
it hits, it's really going to hit," because he was
mm,
being truthful to himself. And he said that somebody saying that to him, Dave
mm,
saying that to him, carried him through those years where he was killing in obscurity, where the
Right.
killing in obscurity years where you're like, people say, "Man, you're really funny. Why are you here? Why are you in
mm.
this town?"
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, "Because I'm trying to
How are
get
you
more."
not a bigger deal? This
Yeah,
is
Hey,
why aren't you more
yeah, like,
famous?
that's such a
yeah.
funny
Why are you in the middle of nowhere with me?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's always such a funny compliment because they mean well,
Right.
but there's
yeah,
always a little backhanded where it's like it turns into like an examination of like how your career is fucked up as opposed to like
right,
it's like you are so good. How come no one's ever heard of you? Like,
right.
wow,
And the
you
funny
probably just go to the grocery store and nobody even know who you are, but you are so good.
You are so
If they knew who you was, it would be a line around the door. You shouldn't even have to go to the grocery store. Honestly, someone should
pay
do that
somebody to
for
go
you.
right.
You are that talented, and he's just sitting up
Yeah,
there the whole time, like, "Thank you. The podcast can be found on Spotify,
and
YouTube."
that's like, that's been my whole career. So I think it was a fitting title. It's an homage to him. It's a nod to him. So it's just and it's just my.
Well, I did notice, like, as much as you look up to those guys, there's not a lot of anti-trans material on the special. Like, if you really want to get in there and get into that Chappelle level, Riyadh festival,
Have to change it up a little
I
bit.
feel like you might be on the wrong track.
Don't do it, Chris. Don't do
I'm
it.
Even
too
the stuff you said
self-absorbed to
about
talk about
man, you
trans
said
people.
about women wasn't really that bad. It wasn't very toxic at all. I
mean,
mean, for a man who looks up to Patrice O'Neal, I felt more like this guy's taking it easy on the ladies.
Yeah.
Did you ever struggle with that? He was like, let me get up here and turn the dial up so that someone can take like 3 lines out of context and ruin my life.
Man, on that Fonte album that you didn't like, that
Charity
record,
starts at home.
that
I
record,
now love, for the record, and
that
that is so good. Fonte is such a tremendous talent. My empathy made me depressed by listening to it because that's how fucking strong his talent is. I was in a happy marriage, and I was like, oh my God, am I getting divorced? This man, am I cheating on my wife? What is happening?
It's like when you first hear SZA, he's like,
yeah, exactly. He like the man SZA. He's like SZA for 45-year-olds.
He's one of my. He's like, to me. I think he's the Mark Twain of hip hop.
I see that.
And that record, and it's just a great writer, a great artist. It's not to be like he's the black. No, just like.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Don't worry. They're not. Those people don't listen to our show.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, explain.
But he has a record on there.
How come he got to be a white man?
No, just
don't you think he the Frederick Douglass of hip hop? Like we can.
Well, he saw that one time, like on Twitter, and I wrote that, and he saw it, and he said, "Why? Because I say nigga a lot."
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he did say it.
He does say a lot.
But he has a record called "Who Loves You More." And at the end, he talks about like the famous musicians. They had fucked up shit going on. All of their greats had shit that was wrong because they're human.
Because they're human.
But it's the time that we're on stage. It's the time that we're on the mic doing what we do. We try to be excellent. I think that's how you get close to God artistically. You're trying to shoot for that excellence. But my favorite comedians after I started doing comedy are Bill Burr, Patrice O'Neal, and Louis C.K. Because
of the scandals. He wasn't a fan. Chris is a rare bird because we used to talk about this. I remember before Louis C.K. harassing women, he was like, I don't know, he all right. And I'm like, Chris, this man is hilarious. He's like, I don't think so. I don't see it. But then the Me Too movement happened. And he got canceled, and Chris was like, I bought my first Louis C.K. special today. It was so good. They were sleeping on him. Okay?
I don't think that was planned.
Thanks for trying to put me on. Okay, Chris is a weird guy.
Well, one of the reasons is because like I grew up with the greats like Pryor, Paul Mooney, Martin Lawrence of my generation as a young person,
right?
Of the generation where you have newer people. Martin Lawrence was the guy for me because he was from the area. He's from PG County. He was like Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart, where he was becoming that movie star. He was everywhere under the Eddie Murphy tree,
right?
Where he was able to, even though he was had the swagger, he was also able to like admit vulnerability. And to admit when he was wrong on stage, like in his prime, Martin was amazing, So
he was.
And so like with Bill Burr and Patrice and Louis, to me, with their stand-up, it's like there's no artifice really. There's almost a lack of artifice where it's just like I'm a guy on stage and I'm talking to you. So the off-stage persona is very similar to what the onstage persona is. It's just a little more heightened because there is a performance. So just from that basic standpoint, that's what I appreciate about them, and then the comedy that I'm drawn to for the most part is that, and that's kind of what I was going for, just like my version of that.
Well, I mean, I think you achieved it. Like I said, this album really just reminds me of you as a person, not like it's a performance, but it's all the things that I think of you. Like it's sweet, it's smart, it's funny, it's vulnerable, it's all those things, and it's just like, yeah, man, you did that.
Thank you.
So like, yeah, I can't wait to see it as well, because I'm sure the video is gonna catch some of that as well. But yeah, man, very proud of the special. I really think it's really good, man. And then dating. We always talk about dating when you come on, and I think the last time you were on, first of all, I always end up apologizing for the joke I made about you lusting after only white women. I really thought that the audience would take it as a joke.
Yeah, as a joke.
And I think many did, but every once in a while I get a comment where I'm like, that's what? They're like, you think Chris is so cool, but I'm like, I made that up. That was a joke.
I made it up.
But when we talked about dating the last time, I think it was you had gone through this breakup, you were getting back out in the dating streets, trying to see what was going on, not closing yourself off. And now it sounds like on the album you're talking about having a girlfriend, studio audience. Woo!
Yes.
On the album, I do have a girlfriend, but I didn't meet her until maybe a month or two after the taping.
Oh, so you just said girl. So you just made that up on the special. Got it.
Which one?
This one you said girlfriend. Maybe you let it slip in there. You said something about, or maybe you were talking about your ex-girlfriend.
I was talking about my ex.
Yeah. I got it.
About the North Face coat. Yeah.
But now you do have a girlfriend.
She's black.
Oh, she's a black queen. Oh,
black queen.
Oh, okay. So maybe all the haters that I created myself can stop obsessing over this brother. Are you not happy? Damn. Nah, that's good, man. How'd y'all meet?
We met on Hinge. We met. It was actually, there was this one girl. If you knew the movie 500 Days of Summer, I met this black girl. And this is not my girlfriend. I met this black girl that I was like, oh, she's wow. It was so real. It's like we liked all the same stuff. She knew who little brother was. Her parents were from North Carolina, just like mine, and blah blah blah. But she was trying to run game. She was bad. She was bad. She was bad.
And then she tried to run game. What is running game on you? She was
just
like,
she was trying to
the Cash App.
No, she was just like, I don't know. It just didn't work out. I could have did some things differently, but she pulled the cord before I could. She cut the cord before I could.
Right.
And she was not who I thought she was. Just because somebody likes the same shit that you like don't mean that y'all
absolutely, yeah. I don't mean nothing. Sometimes it's the differences that make the dating and the relationship fun, is to be like, let me introduce you to something, you introducing me to something, not we just all like the same shit already.
Yeah, because what people fail to realize, if you're in a relationship and y'all like the same shit get expensive. Because I'm trying to tell you right now, me and Roger like video games. So guess what? He got an Xbox, bitch. I got one too. Why? Because I got tired of glazing him in the eyes. Like, is you gonna get off, nigga? Is you gonna get off? So it could be very expensive.
Yeah.
When y'all got
I tried to play Cuphead with my girlfriend. It didn't.
That game is way too hard.
That game is different.
That's your fault. That's your fault.
Yes, that is your fault.
All you niggas who like hard games, I don't know.
For the sake of being hard, the hell is wrong with y'all niggas?
I just deleted the game off my hard drive today, Mio, because I was like, what's the point? Like you get halfway through the game and then they take back all the shit that you upgraded throughout the game to make yourself be barely able to fight. I was like, so now I got 3 hearts. Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah. That game is hard. I was trying to impress her. I got relatively far in that game, and playing with her, I couldn't. But I was like trying to impress her. But I was getting
why would she have been impressed by this
game?
In your mind?
I don't understand, Chris.
She just sitting on the couch watching you get killed. Like, what's the fun for her?
Yeah. She did watch me play Ghost of Tsushima a couple weeks ago. But
Okay.
Now
but I
I
met
like
her.
to watch Roger play that.
What's that?
I like now because I like video games. I like to watch Roger play that. But if you're
Yeah,
somebody not into video games, you like, what is this?
yeah. I don't think she hates them. I think I want to try that Marvel. What's the beat 'em up game that just came out? The
Oh
Marvel.
yeah, I'll be playing that sometimes.
Y'all play it together?
No, no, but Karen could. She just don't.
Mm-hmm.
She don't. She
Okay.
like cozy games and shit, but
Mm-hmm.
she
Okay.
could easily hop into the beat 'em ups with me. It's not like you really don't die in those games
Yeah.
anymore. You just
What's that
fucking
Soul Calibur we used to play together all the time?
yeah. That's a fighting game.
Mhm.
Beat 'em up is more like Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
Oh, like Golden Axe.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
okay.
So like there's a Marvel game like that now that I play all the time. It's actually on Xbox Live.
Oh, the one you playing with the Wolverine?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could be Wolverine. Yeah, you could be a Cosmic Invasion is the name of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you what were you saying? You were she watches.
I don't play that much
Okay.
with her, but
She's not into video games.
not
Your
really.
girl.
No.
But your Manic Pixie Dream Girl 500 days,
Yeah,
she was
she had
in that.
Yeah, we only went out like a couple times, but after that, I was kind of like, damn, I really fucked up. I was like, shit. But then I was still like trying to date, but I went out with her and with my current girlfriend, and we just clicked, and it was just like we've been going strong for 6 months. Like she's come on the road with me,
Wow.
and
How is that?
Does she listen to the podcast?
I hope not.
Okay.
I don't think she does. I don't think she
because I'm just saying, just to help you, if case she ever listened to this, when you first started talking about the first girl, he's like, "Oh my gosh, she was the best. She was perfect. It was 500 days of summer, blah blah." blah. And then when you got to her, you're like, "We've been going strong, and it's been." You should have been like,
remember at 500 days of summer,
hands with my lady. Okay, I got the sun shine through the screen as if to say this is the one. Okay, you gotta
cocoa butter.
Just in case she does hear this, you gotta pump up over.
You gotta let me get there.
Days.
You gotta let me get there though. But
I'm trying to help Cypher. No, I'm not making trouble, Cypher. You take that back. I'm trying to help my brother out. What if he would have forgot? Okay, what if he would have said, "Damn, I'll never," and then he go back and look. We change topics a lot on here. We cut each other off. What if he never get back to this moment and she hear this shit 6 years later and she be like, "Damn, I got married. He never loved me like 500 days of summer, black girl." I'm just helping.
I was actually trying to show her that movie. But she was like, it's too many white people. She couldn't.
There's a lot of white people.
And so like if you remember the movie, like Summer is a girl, oh my God, she's perfect. Oh my God, Manic Pixie. But then at the end, he meets Minka Kelly at the end. Autumn. So I think like she's my Autumn. She's the one that I feel like that I'm supposed to be with, like she's we really connect, and like a lot of the things that I would want to do if I wanted to do on a date, I would ask a woman that I was previously dating. I don't know, I don't want to do that. Like I wanted to go to this place called the Storm King Center. It's like this outside museum with these sculptures and stuff. It's like an hour and a little bit of change away. She said, "Yeah, let's do that. What if we just did that?" And we did that on the second date. So like she was like
and
really
you taking her on the road. And Karen asked you about that. Yes. What's that like?
Yeah, taking her on the road. It was fun. Like we'd have a good time. Like I'd say, look, because I was trying to demystify stand up for her, because in the previous relationships, like, what if you go away and you do? I was like, look, I love this. It's not as crazy and drug women filled
as you think it is.
As you think it is. It's just a lot of hurry up and wait. You're sitting there and you're in the hotel by yourself. So I try to make it fun. Like she enjoys the show, but I'll take her out to dinner, have a nice dinner somewhere and to make it fun for her. But yeah, like she enjoys it. Now sometimes depending on what city it is, I remember one time I was like, "Oh, I got a gig," and I know she had just come back from a trip or something for a work or vacation, and she was traveling, So I kind of gave her shit. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be in Albany. And she was like, oh, that's so great for you. I'm not
Yeah, she's like,
coming,
I'm
but
not
that's
going to
great.
that.
Have a
Yeah.
great time.
You have a safe trip. And
Yeah.
that means it's been demystified,
Yeah.
right? That
Yeah,
means
yeah. So
like, cool, it's a job.
Go
You're
on,
gonna be
go
working.
on,
it's a
go on,
job.
go on to upper state New York. I'll see you when you get back.
Yeah. And then she did actually go. She actually went. She went upstate with me twice. Like in the fall, she ended up going because it was a get. Like we were supposed to. I forget what we were supposed to do. I think one Friday night I was supposed to make her spaghetti, and I got booked for a weekend because somebody dropped out. And they're like, and that's another thing, killing in obscurity. When a famous person drops out of something, and they're like, "Can Chris do it?" They call my manager. I was like, "Yep, I'll get that money."
Yeah.
And,
On my way.
and I called her. I was like, "Hey, good news, bad news." And I said, "Bad news is I can't do spaghetti tonight, but how would you like to come on a trip with me in beautiful Saratoga Springs?" She came up, then she came through. We had a good time, you know.
And being able to road trip together is a good thing, man. Like, it's
Yeah.
not, you can't take that shit for granted. There's a lot of people that get in the car friends and get out the car fucking enemies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They be like, take your own route back.
Yeah, so that's dope that y'all are able to do that.
Yeah, she's a
is
sweetheart.
she into movies? It sounds like you said she's not into video games. Is she into movies? Because I know that's another major tentpole of the Chris Lamberth experience.
She likes movies, but I think with me, I think she goes more because she's in another field of entertainment, but you know, on the like production side, so she doesn't get to see as much. But with me, she does go. Like we've seen movies together.
It's probably helping her too, because like in that field now, when she sees certain people and stuff, she's like, oh, I do know this thing they were in, or oh, worked on blank. Okay, I did see that now, and it does add a little perspective. Like it's not a bad thing to have more information.
Yeah.
And when the Oscars come up, she can just know some of the stuff that we're hating in the race war before. Like she can have seen it for herself instead of typically black people. Instead of what typically black people do, where they just watch the one movie and then they hate everything that's not that movie, whether they watch it or not, and then they pick it apart through social media until you feel like a coon for having enjoyed that other good movie, and that's just kind of
like, hey, the other movie was kind of good, y'all.
Because she's been on a couple Patreon episodes, and I remember we saw one battle after another together, and she looked at me and saw all these white boys around. She said, how many of these guys do you think have a podcast? And I said, well, you're sitting next to one too, but yeah, it's funny.
That's hilarious.
And then when after Tiana Taylor's last scene, I turned to her. I said, that's enough time for an Oscar nomination, right? And she was like, yeah. So
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and she came on stage and showed us her six pack, and I was like, "Oh, damn!"
Yeah, Karen still hasn't seen one bad after another. I don't think. I think I saw that one by myself. So I'm sure.
I'm weird, Chris. I like some things. I'm like I'm all in. I'm all over the place. Sometimes like too many white people. He's like, it's good. I don't give a fuck. Too many white people.
That's something I've found. I don't think you're weird.
That one battle after another trailer is not too many white people though. No. That's just not true. So
I don't think you're weird.
You just decided not to see it. I don't know why you decided not to see it. You just decided not to, and this relationship is not one of push and pull. Meaning, when Karen is out or in on something, I feel no pressure to like change her.
Please don't.
So it's like, I'm gonna go enjoy this movie. 5 out of 5, amazing. Everyone's gonna talk about it, and then people be like, well, what about Karen? I'm watching the new Game of Thrones. Well, what was Karen gonna watch it? I don't know, and I don't. It's not my job. Like she do what she want to do.
Yeah. I think like a lot of black women, I don't think you're weird, Karen. It's just like a lot of black men that I know that are married to black women or dating a lot of black women are just like, there's no black people in it. I kind of and I get it, because like a lot of times, like I want to go see I got tickets to see a play for my birthday, and I was like, there's got to be some black people in it. If I'm paying this amount of money, I want to see some black people.
Yeah.
But movies, I give a little more levity, especially if it's like Paul Thomas Anderson and Regina Hall's in it.
I think also though sometimes I want to see another person's world. I don't want to keep seeing my world reflected all the time. Like quietly, I realized it like last couple of years. I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan. Apparently, I didn't realize it, but
really?
If I go back and look through my like catalog of how I rated a lot of those movies, I've seen a lot and I've enjoyed a lot.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not going there to be like, how will the black people be portrayed? I'm going there to be like escapism, like, cool, here's your little quirky white world. I don't need representation. I don't think you necessarily could even write a character that would ring to me as like, oh, this is like a brother up the street. Brothers up the street don't belong in Wes Anderson movies. It wouldn't even make sense. If regular niggas was in, like, even the white people in Wes Anderson movies aren't up the street from me. So anyway, I say all that to say, like, I don't have the too many white people thing in it. And often I've enjoyed though. Curb was a thing that
Curb is hilarious.
Yeah, and Seinfeld was like that. Like, there's a bunch of stuff where I watch it and I'm like, I don't know, it's pretty good. And then, until you get on social media or talk to somebody else, you don't know that it's part of a race war. So you just like, oh, I enjoyed this. And then you get like, I watched the fucking Mahershala Ali Oscar winning movie with him and the Italian dude. And when I left, I was like, man, that's fucking good. I like teared up a little bit at the end. And then Twitter, I got on there and I was Donald Glover with the pizza box. I was like, shit. They're like, first of all, this didn't even this ain't real. This ain't how it happened exactly. Did you know the children of the black man are upset in real life? I was like, I just enjoyed the movie. I didn't want
I
didn't know I was in the race war.
Yeah, I didn't want to get into any of this.
To your point about Wes Anderson, I think he's up there too. Like, when he does something, I gotta see it. Like, I think he's a generational talent. Like, just like Spike, Spike was in our childhood. So, I mean, like, as we the three of us are like growing up, like, those directors that kind of had an impact on me. It's like, like there's obviously Spike, but then there's like Wes Anderson, people that aren't. I'm trying to name people that aren't black. Christopher Nolan.
Imagine struggling to name people that aren't black that are directors of films. Like, we'll be here forever. It's not. It's very easy. Scorsese, Spielberg.
But those guys are much older. Like, I'm talking about our
Michael Mann
into our adulthood and stuff. Like,
just, what, close your eyes, pick a movie. It's a white man more than likely.
I'm trying to look on one. But it's just like there's certain people that no matter what they do, I want to see. Wes Anderson's one of them because of Rushmore. Because
Rushmore was the shit, bro.
On my favorite,
the Royal Tenenbaums, like for me, I realized this year he don't really miss. Like, even a bad Wes Anderson film is an experience to me. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, because nobody else is doing this shit. That shit he did with Timothy Chalamet. Like, he real good, man. He real good with them white folks, and I'm glad he don't get into our issues. I don't need that shit.
Every now and then.
Even the shorts that he did for Netflix, and he had one with Benedict Cumberbatch where it's just literally a short story, and it's only like maybe 20-30 minutes. But this motherfucker was literally putting the fucking scenes together like a stage, seamlessly in the fucking, and making it look like a one shot. I was like, this motherfucker different, bro. It is what it is. I'm not here to convince people who are like, he's too white for me. Okay, fine. Not enough for me, I guess, because I will watch the shit and enjoy it and be like, well, that's just an experience that you don't get to have that I did.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. Like, if you look at my album cover for Failed Running Back, the print is the Failed Running Back typography font is from like Rushmore, because it's like boom. Like, I told the artist Diego Pimenta I wanted to be like Rushmore, Failed Running Back. And Tony mentioned David Fincher. I got to work with David Fincher on Mindhunter, and he's I had 2 or 3 lines in that thing, and he made sure my costume was like that shit was in real life.
Yeah, authentic.
Yeah, he made me come back to do sound, like to do ADR, like voice work. I went into this studio
Right.
in New York, and my manager's assistant was like, "Yeah, David Fincher wants to know if you can make it tomorrow." I was like, "Whatever David Fincher
Yeah.
wants."
I'm already
I'm
here.
there.
I'm outside. I'm actually out.
Yeah, I'm here right now. What do you need,
Yeah.
buddy?
Knocking, that
Yeah.
is me.
I'm buzzing myself in.
Damn.
Karen, you
Yeah.
gonna say something or
Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to say, and periodically, for some of these movies, depending on the movie, I'll opt not to watch it, and Roger will show me the movie later on, like years later, and I'm fine with that too. And I remember Leonardo DiCaprio. What was the one with the bear?
The Revenant.
The Revenant.
Oh
I
my
didn't
God,
see that.
so
I
good.
didn't see that when it first came out, but I know when it came out, it like swept the Oscars. Everybody raved about and all that stuff. Me and Roger sat down and watched that movie. At the end of that movie, I looked at him. I would say, him, and that bear were fucking enemies, and I believe he fucking fought a bear. He deserved that Oscar,
Yeah.
And I'm okay with watching stuff like later, if that makes sense, like
Yeah,
like
of
kind of
course.
after the fact, and for me, it like I say, it's like sometimes I'll see stuff and I'm like, yeah. Sometimes I see stuff and I'm like, no, and I sometimes it's not even the rhyme or reason behind it.
Yeah, I'm watching. We're watching Wonder Man now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Disney Plus. We're like halfway through because Karen likes to watch one and then wait.
Yeah, my brain is like, one, that's enough.
But
that opening sequence.
it's so good. That whole thing is so good. Yaya is so good in it. Ben Kingsley is so amazing in it. But honestly, watching it made me want. I was like, I would watch a Wes Anderson one of these. like I would like to see what he does in the MCU with the way. Like now, I do. I think Marvel has gotten to that point where stylistically you can feel the differences in the series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which people at once bemoan but also deny the progress because when they don't like something, it's like everything I don't like is all that Marvel is. But when they like something, it's like why can't it always be like this? And it's like, well, first of all, they're all fucking different. She-Hulk doesn't feel like Wonder Man, doesn't feel like Miss Marvel, doesn't feel like
and
Captain
I want
America.
them all to be the same.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of digging that it's different. And when you don't like one, you don't like one, but it doesn't to me mean like all this shit is trash. And now I am looking at I love Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange. I
love that one. That one was actually really good to me.
Yeah, and like it kind of proves the falsehood of when people say like, well, you get in these studios and all the movies are cookie cutter. I was like, no, they're not. They feel different to me. The Sam Raimi shit did not feel like the other Doctor Strange. That shit was scary. So like I'm kind of enjoying that stuff, and I do want to see more people get their hands on it. But it is, time for awards. What are you one of the blacks that thinks Sinners, they only nominated Sinners a record number of times to not give it any awards? That's the black conspiracy going around.
No.
What is this?
I think it's gonna come away with a lot of them. I was surprised by, when after I saw it the second time, maybe really the first time, I thought it was just going to be Delroy to get the nom as far as acting was concerned.
Right.
But I was pleasantly surprised that Michael B. Jordan and Wunmi got the noms. Yeah, I think it's a great film. I think it's the second film to have a mostly non-white cast to kind of go wire to wire since Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I think when I was on For All Nerds, I was trying to tell them that. I said, I think it's going to go wire to wire, and I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. Actually, and I think also it benefits from a couple of things.
Bigger studio, 24.
I think it benefits obviously for Ryan Coogler's Heat. Like, motherfucker's the hottest director in the game right now. And it did a feat that just people did not think independent films could do anymore.
Yeah.
So I think you got that. I also think it benefits from not winning the Emmy for best film. Um, because I think the Oscars like being different.
They do.
Like a lot, like it's almost no rhyme or reason to it, but it's like having that happen before the votes are turned in or whatever for the Oscars. It's like the Oscar people are like, we're not like the award show where they get drunk and make fucked up speeches. We're a real award show, and so we won't be giving it to La La Land. We'll be giving ours to whatever. So I feel like that's part of it too. And then also I think people forget that the voting body's been changed. It's been changed since like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We really haven't had these like huge racial scandals since. Like we've had nitpicks here and there, like Jamie Lee Curtis winning for Everything Everywhere All at Once over Angela Bassett, but I didn't feel like that was a man, we white folks are gonna make sure the blacks don't get anything. I saw the reasoning in it because and not that I agree with it, but the reasoning is pretty much the same way it always is. It's a comic book movie. And the most they'll give you is an acknowledgement with a nomination of, hey, that was a good comic book movie and you did a good job. But when it comes to the hoity-toity Oscars, we are not giving those out to people that put on costumes.
That in comedy, they do not respect them too generous.
Yeah, they don't respect them as much. So, but my point being, like, I don't think there is going to be some type of surreptitious racial conspiracy to humiliate sinners by nominating it the most times. Which, if you were gonna, not to give the game away, but if you were gonna like snub it, you just wouldn't even nominate it.
You sure wouldn't.
Like we'd be like, damn, it only got nominated in 3 things. That's how you know you about to get fucked. Like giving it the most ever means there's a lot of people that actually saw it and enjoyed that movie.
And I think it's gonna be the only thing I think is just gonna be like, I think him and Coogler and P.T. Anderson will split like best director and best picture. That's what I think might happen. It's either going to be one of them. It's not going to be like Coogler gets both or Anderson gets both. I think those are the two that'll, be an issue. But I want Coogler to come home with a bundle of hardware.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm. Yeah,
I want all the Sinners people to win everything. That would be dope.
Yeah,
but honestly, man, this is a year where I don't like. It's almost like the Grammys for me. When people like everyone's doing this revisionism of like, man, the GNX shouldn't have won. It was good, but it shouldn't have won over the Clips or such as. And I'm like, first of all, we're all acting like GNX didn't run the goddamn world for 365 days straight. Like,
that album.
Yeah, all the charts, all that stuff. It's not to mention like this was Kendrick getting the people where people had always acted like he couldn't. And this is one of the reasons I'm like, I would, as an artist, I would almost never even cater to people that had detractions about me, because it's not worth it, because at the end of the day they have something inside of them that's never gonna allow you to get the full props, so just don't even worry about them. But people,
he dumbed this album down compared to his other ones.
Like it was more accessible. The beats were a certain tempo and all that stuff, and you still got people, because no one's impressed by anything for long anymore, so like you still got people trying to dismiss it. And I loved the Clips album, and I loved Tyler Creator's album. Like this was a strong year for hip hop, but I was like, if GNX wins, I get it.
Chromacopia, what did we talk about?
But man, I think we're in that age now where like the award shows just kind of serve as just fodder for people to get their own hot takes off.
Agree.
But the latest hot takery that's happening in the music is around the J. Cole rollout. Okay. Jermaine Cole has dropped his album The Fall Off after, what is it, 8 years or something? It's been a long time. He's been talking about The Fall Off for a long time, and he finally dropped it, and the takes are very hot. They're scalding hot. I've seen so many. I did not know the internet was tired of J. Cole as much as I didn't realize. I thought he was more toiling in obscurity than he was toiling in infamy. And apparently they went and found, like, it's bad because when you see the screenshots of lyrics, these days it's almost never to say how great the lyrics are. It's almost always to be like, look at this shit. And so they had a few where he referred to his biracialness, and he is getting kizzuped for that shit. I was like, I was like, ooh, I have nothing to say. I did listen to the album as much as I could, but I don't feel like I'm a big enough J. Cole fan to be like double album. Oh my God, stop the presses. What am I? I'm not doing anything this weekend but listen to Jay. I'm not that guy with Cole. I kind of like tap in and tap out with Cole.
Same with me, yeah. And like I said, it's one of the things where it's no disrespect, but when you talk about him, his fans act like if you don't praise him, you're saying he fucking sucks, and I'm like, that's not what I'm saying.
But I've always said his fans are his biggest problem.
Did you see that? Did y'all see that RDC World?
Nigga, yes. Perfect. Perfection. Just illustrated and the thing is, they've been making the Jermaine Cole joke for a decade, and it's never been wrong that his fans are fuck. I have a theory, by the way, on this. I don't know I don't think I've ever told you about this, Chris, but I have a theory about this J. Cole thing, because I think the love for him, to me, is outsized for what he's giving people. Like, the dudes that love him, like, will fight over J. Cole. And I never really understood it, but I've been talking with my friend Bossy about it, texting and stuff like that. We've been talking about J. Cole and this rollout, and while we were talking, because she doesn't really like him, and didn't really get the appeal of his music. Karen didn't really like him and didn't get the appeal of his music. And so I just been narratively trying to put the pieces together to, like, how, because I don't think, Kendrick, they both love Kendrick. They love Tyler. Like, it's not like, oh, black man, I hate, it's not that. But I think J. Cole filled a vacuum at a time where, if you're my age and Chris's age, we grew up taking something for granted, which was like, we kind of had backpack underground rappers the whole way through, like the lyrical miracle niggas, and it just, there's no way to say it without it sounding shady, but like, J. Cole to me would have been the fourth or fifth best nigga on Raucous Records between Punchline and Wordsworth, and that would have been fine. We would have been like, oh, J. Cole, yeah, I fuck with him, like, oh, he's one of those guys, he's lyricist lounge type nigga. And when he, in his age group, that type of rap basically disappeared. And so he kind of was one of the, he's 41, I believe. And he kind of was the only dude making music for your, like I said, it's gonna sound shady, I don't mean it to, but like, dudes that would have went full incel, but didn't, because they still got good hearts and they care, but like, they don't sell drugs, they're not criminals, they're not violent, they're they got homes and families and they go to school. And during, I think, J. Cole's era, he felt like one of the only dudes that was doing that type of music for those type of guys, when almost nobody else was serving them. When Future and them was coming up, Drake is coming up,
different type of rap.
Kendrick's a different type of guy. Like, like Kendrick's, I just feel like
Kanye,
and Kanye's a little older, and I didn't think about that. Because I said, honestly, the gap is kind of between Kanye to Cole.
Like,
Kanye,
yes,
Kanye was kind of the last dude that was like, hey man, I just be wearing polos, going to these parties, and trying to dress preppy and get some girls, and that's how he started off anyway. And we were like, okay, like, I see why people glommed onto that, because what can I relate to? Cameron telling me wearing all pink and flying down to see Poppy, or a guy that wears polos and goes to college parties but dropped out of school. One of those is more relatable to me as just a regular guy. I think J. Cole's, like, in his era, one of the few relatable guys to that experience.
Right.
And
That
so dudes that
generation.
have that type of experience who are like, I don't want to be with the drug dealing. I want to have sex with the beautiful girls. They don't all want to have sex with me. And so I kind of resent them for that, you know, but I not all the way to the Drake level, but to the
Yeah.
Jermaine Cole level. I think he's representation
He is.
for those guys, and that's why they get so emotionally like
Yeah.
intense about it
Like
in a way that I don't think for me, I don't think I could ever get that emotionally intense about J. Cole, because it's just like, oh no, I like him, he's a good rapper, and I like, you know, like some of the songs,
right.
but like the idea, like him coming to college campuses and like people flooding it, that idea is so foreign to me. Like if I hear J. Cole coming to town, I'm not like, oh, I gotta drop what I'm doing, I gotta go see J. Cole.
You said this, Rod, and you can correct me because I'm gonna butcher it, but when you talk about music, like how it's connected to, how did you say, you said something like it's connected to your childhood, or
For a lot of people, it is.
Yeah,
yeah,
most music I think is connected to the feeling of life you were going through at the time.
yeah,
And so that's why, you know, as a person that's constantly listening to new music and looking for new artists, I'm not in touch with my generation as much as like the pulse of it,
yeah,
because like I said, this is not the shit on nobody, but the reason most of the people in my age group think uh Griselda and the Clips are like the only, like that's the only hip hop that I fuck with right now. It's
yeah,
because they still thinking about '96
right.
when, you know, like oh man, I was dating girls, I looked good, school,
Yeah,
I had no bills, I you know,
yeah,
like they're
yeah.
still mentally there, and they're never going to not want to be there, so they want everything to take them back there.
Yeah, and you know
That's
what?
true.
And a lot of them got upset when Spotify gave ages. They was like, I'm not 75. It's like, well, bitch, you ain't listening to new
Oh, you're
music.
talking about Spotify rap?
Yeah, you was like, you ain't listened to new music since like you're in this genre of music, and it's telling you you're listening to the same genre of music. So of course it's gonna bump you up in age.
Well, I think a lot of them are actually very comfortable now in their rigid old ways. Like
Yes, they are.
like they're just like, this new shit is whack, and I'm like,
And they won't even give it a chance. You be like, no.
yeah, I'm like,
it's some good shit. Some of
y'all, some of it's good, and they don't want to hear it.
Right, they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about, like, because as a kid growing up, like Snoop, Keith Murray, Redman, Method Man, A Tribe Called Quest,
Right.
Outkast, those dudes are like in their 50s now. They're like 10 years older than me. And for the first time, a lot, as far as hip hop's concerned, Little Brother felt like mine.
Yes.
Like they felt like they were out because they're like a couple years older, and it's like, oh, we went to college and we were trying to get girls, but we didn't get the girls, so we got to go to the cookout to get a banana smoothie or shake or whatever. And I'm rapping, and I'm, you know, working at the call center and shit like that. So I didn't get that till I was like 22, 23 years old. I was in grad school by the time that came out, but it was like, oh, these guys are mine. And I think that's maybe how they
That's
feel
a good
about
point, because Little Brother's like that for me in a way that I think J. Cole might be for my brother or something.
Yes,
who's about 4 years
exactly.
younger than me. But the difference is, I think, and I think this is where the J. Cole shit gets fucked up, because it's not his fault, but he over succeeded. Like so he started being like, Little Brother's in a pocket where you respect them and at best think they're underrated.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody ever in my motherfucking life came to me to tell me Little Brother was overrated.
Right.
And so I've never had to fight for my fandom or validation of my fandom in the way that these J. Cole dudes did, because when Cole went platinum with no features, take a drink, because that comes up every time.
They let you know that.
But when that happened, it actually kind of fucked up the trajectory of just appreciating him, because then it became about what he wasn't. Because people was like, yeah, but I mean, I found him boring, and he went platinum with no features. Yeah, but he went platinum with no features. Who else could have done that? I mean, I don't know who else could have did it, but I don't like the music, so it don't matter. And so it just became this tug of war, and I feel like they kind of approach it with a lot of defensiveness.
Right.
and probably because he does get unfairly maligned in a way that we wouldn't malign. uh like I said, we have no rap middle class. That's what it is. When we had a rap middle
Right.
class, that was during his age group, we didn't have a real rap middle class. And I think if there was a middle class where it's like, yeah, I like J. Cole and I like
Yeah.
blank and blank and blank,
Yes.
I feel like it wouldn't have been as bad. But I don't know, for some reason he catches a lot of flack for it, and then bowing
Yeah,
out of
because
the beat just did not. It just
I listened
doesn't age well.
I listened to it. I think it was fine. I was playing Madden and listening to it, and I was like, he's talented. I never had a problem with him. I think he's very talented, very skilled, and I have an affection for him because he's from North Carolina.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird, a little, and not trying to gain any kind of cool points, but the record when they were talking about some dude that was gay and he was living his life, and I was just like, it's kind of like I
Oh
commented
yeah.
that
I told I
commented
told
that
I
20
told
years ago.
Bossy that was Uncle Diaries.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like, what do you do? Okay, and then like I just felt like I think next year my favorite album
Yeah.
of 2025 was Wale's album,
Right.
and I think
Yeah, that's crazy you said that, because me and Bossy, that's the thing. I was like, if I don't know why it is this way, but I was just like, if his fans treated him kind of like how Wale is treated. Well,
mhm.
like Wale in DC is that dude, but they don't be spending a lot of time fighting about it. They like, that's our
No.
guy, and like, if you don't like him, fuck him.
Yeah, and the thing is,
And
people wouldn't mind you if you bring his name up and people go, okay, you respect him, but it's like you bring his name up, it was like if
if
you
you're not
just
saying he's the
if
greatest,
he the
Yeah.
goat, I'm
yeah.
gonna burn this bitch. And you're like, oh, I didn't ask for that energy.
So I think that's a big part of it, is that
Yeah.
he's probably at that Wale level where everyone could respect and be like, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not.
Right.
But yeah, his fans have kind of turned it into a more of a negative than a positive.
Mhm.
And that sucks, because like it doesn't really become about the album and the content of what he's talking about. And
Right.
then like bowing out of that rap battle thing, I listen to him now kind of like how I listen to Rick Ross sell drugs. Where it's like he's like, I'm the best rapper, nobody could do anything, I'll destroy everybody. And I'm like, but you won't though.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Yeah,
dude, you have your
we
chance.
know you're not built like that.
Yeah, like
Right.
you could keep making excuses for how that went, but no, it wasn't because you thought like it was gonna be like Pac and Big and someone's gonna die. We know that's not what happened. You can stop taking shots at Kendrick and Drake with the subliminals. You should just leave it alone. When it came down to it, I actually thought you did the smartest thing and
Mhm.
backed out because you knew that shit was more serious. Don't come back later like, me when I was in ninth grade and I got beat up in front of my best friend, who didn't help me because the bully would have just beat both of us up. I respected it. I understood. But then on the walk home to my house, I'm just sitting there and I'm damn near crying, and I'm being like, man, I could have did, I should have said, I would have did. And I was just like, that's how Cole sounds to me right now. He woulda, coulda, shoulda, but you didn't. So what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Just move on and tell us about that time you lost your virginity for the 12th time. What he did, he said it himself on the album. Anyway, all right, man. So when is this out? When does this come out? This special?
February 20th. Fuck
Do you
J.
think
Cole, not my album.
are you gonna invite me to see stand up and J. Cole, surprise me with J. Cole, and then be like, drive, we're going to dinner
I
with
don't
J.
know.
Cole? I heard your little podcast. Hope not. Where can they find the special Killing in Obscurity?
February 20th on Apple Music, wherever you stream, iTunes, wherever you buy music, you can find it. And the actual special will be on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Chris Lamberth Comedy. So you can subscribe to that now, and the link will be up soon. And you just it'll alert you that there's a new video, and play it.
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
I don't care.
Because there's no black quarterbacks or coaches.
Exactly. I don't care.
I
Maybe
figured you would say that.
Yeah.
I figured you would say that. I mean, are you okay? So, are you excited about Shedeur Sanders' new coach? Are you a Shedeur Sanders hive guy? Like, I don't
I
know
want him
how.
to do well. I want him to do well.
But you're not
Excuse me, Rod. Pro Bowler.
Pro
Shedeur,
Bowl Shedeur
Pro
Sanders.
Bowler.
Okay,
Yeah.
he was out there throwing to them flags. Come on.
Yeah.
Respect on that man's name.
I just want him to do well. I mean, I don't have any hate for him. I want him to get an opportunity.
I don't want him to do. I want him to do well too.
Yeah.
And mostly because I watch sports to be surprised. I don't I listen to all my sports podcast people. I love them. You know, Nick Wright, Omani.
Yeah, of course.
But man, like they're in it to be right.
And
that's not fun to me. I don't like being right. I like being right when I'm right about something absurd. Like, like, oh, the Hornets gonna make the playoffs, and then it happened. I'd be like, oh, I told you. I told you.
Come on, 8 games in a row.
But like Lindsey Vonn today went skiing without an ACL.
Yeah.
And last week on the show, I said her body's trying to tell her to sit her 41-year-old ass down because you can't do skiing. What you basically saying is everybody out there with ACLs that work don't need them. They just got extra ACLs and you gonna go out there and beat them. And of course, she got really fucked up today, got helicoptered out.
Yeah, early this morning. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't feel a high of I told y'all. What did I say?
It was like an ACL is an L. Go sit your professional athletes have to stop playing they sport for a whole fucking year, and you think you don't get your ass out there and goddamn ski.
But my point is, that doesn't feel as good as it would feel if she actually went out there and got the gold medal. Like I would prefer to live in a world where I was like, I did not think she could do that shit. God damn.
Yes.
What? She the GOAT. She just went out there with no ACL. I would like to live in that world. That would have been fun.
I would have enjoyed that too because I didn't want her to get hurt.
I say all that to say that's how I feel about Shedeur Sanders. Everybody that know and love football keep telling me it's not just that hasn't had his fair shot. They like he's sorry. I'm like I don't watch college football, so I'm like he's sorry. They like he's sorry. I was like, but then during the draft, y'all had said he was gonna go near the top.
That's it.
And then when it came to draft day, he went near the bottom, and it's like cause he's sorry. I was like, but he did sorry. Y'all didn't say he would be this. Even y'all have to be surprised,
right? That
he went this far. He's sorry and he think he good, but he not good. And so yeah, man, I'm rooting for him to surprise. It would be nice if he would, and at this point, the bar so low, it would be nice if he was just all right. So I could be like, oh, he turned out to be all right. Y'all said he was sorry. Looks like y'all were wrong.
He made it to the Pro Bowl, and no matter what they say, they talk about them accolades, so that shit counts.
So this Super Bowl is about Shedeur Sanders to me. Because Sam Darnold was sorry. Y'all told me he was sorry for years. This man was on the Panthers, and I was like, but he's sorry. I guess he won't be here long, and he wasn't. And I was like, I guess everybody was right. Everyone, but I don't know enough football. This nigga went to Super Bowl. They can't take that from him.
They cannot.
No, they can't. But they get that latitude to stick around like that.
Yeah, well, of course. But as we are watching things change within the game, I think this white man is on the precipice of being what black quarterbacks can be. Cause I'm already starting to see it. Like that one nigga that's the backup for Arizona, he keep a job. That brother is every year I look up, he on another team and he done worked his way into the starting rotation. I'll be like, how is he doing this? Do they not know?
Come on, journeyman quarterback.
And it's like Jacoby Brissett is what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like we're slowly watching it happen for black quarterbacks. Nobody's talking about it yet because the black quarterback ain't been to the Super Bowl yet. But it's happening. And Sam Darnold is on the precipice of being like reclamation, you can get this quarterback with a different team. Teddy Bridgewater, another example.
Yes, he was here in Charlotte too.
And listen, I love this guy. but that's my sleeper, Bryce Young. I see Bryce Young as, oh, the Panthers are gonna eventually go. We can't pay him as much. We gotta let him. We're gonna go draft another quarterback. It won't work out here. He's not gonna be. And then I want to look up and be like, oh, Bryce Young, Seattle, apparently leading, almost got MVP. Oh, he's taking his team to the Super Bowl. It can happen. So that's my angle for this Super Bowl for black people is it would be dope if Sam Darnold can fucking show that you can reclaim a quarterback that got written off, because black quarterbacks get written off way too fucking fast and often don't get a second chance. So maybe he can be the example.
Now, did Seattle get rid of Geno, or did he just sign with the Raiders?
Geno did a little Icarus on him, brother.
What did he do?
He didn't want to be in Seattle no more. Pete Carroll was coming to the Raiders. You know, Pete Carroll, his dog, that had really reclaimed Geno's career. And I think he was like, I'll go take a little less money or even a little bit more, but I just want to go play for Pete Carroll because I know he believe in me. And then the Raiders raided. You know what I mean? He got down there because, hey, Geno could have been in this motherfucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I was wrong. So unlike our friends, I was wrong because I said Seattle got rid of Geno, and then the Patriots got rid of a black coach. So
Geno got greedy, man. Okay. Geno got greedy. And then the black coach thing, I was with you until Mike Vrabel. He one of the ones. So yeah. I can't even be like, I watch them games. I'll be like, this motherfucker's good, bro.
Okay.
It's like, hey, look, it's like one battle after another. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
When they doing the car chase scene at the end of one battle after another, you had to lean back and be like, this motherfucker's got it, though. Paul Thomas Anderson got it. Like, I'm not saying I'm rooting for him, but if he win, I can't be like, they just gave it to the white boy. I'm like, nah, he did something.
Okay, I stand corrected because I said that on my podcast out today. I was like,
they got rid of Geno.
Yeah, they got rid of Geno. The Patriots had a black.
Isn't it progress that Geno got rid of them though? Isn't that like, you know,
a long way?
It won't be a Black History Month moment, but it really should be. Like, Optimistic should play in the background, and they should do that Black History moment on ESPN. When ESPN does their like Black History moments this month, one of them should be like, Geno Smith said fuck his team that wanted him to come back, who was going to the Super Bowl so he could go get more money and play with the Raiders and be terrible. And they just show like him signing the contract. They show him in the Raiders uniform. They show him throwing an interception. And you like, no, this is Black history too. This is Black empowerment. He was able to make a bad decision.
Yeah, he was able to make a bad decision.
Shout out to the homie Basa from Firestarter. He worked on this project on Peacock, Field Generals about black quarterbacks. It's out now if you got Peacock. And I watched the first episode. It's a documentary on black quarterbacks. It's really good so far. The way they
I gotta check that out because I read Fourth and a Mile by Bill Rhoden a long time ago, and man, this. It's always funny, like people be like, "Oh, the NFL is so racist." I was like, "Not as racist as it used to be." Why you still watching? This is the least racist they've been. If you were watching before me, you actually watched it be more racist. You actually worse than me. I'm watching now. Where I'm like, black people be doing stuff now. So all right, man. Let's wrap this up. I gotta go to the gym. And then I gotta go buy Shrimp Shack. See if they can hook me up. Shout out to my man. Man. We got a sponsor for yesterday's show, a local Shrimp Shack. They opening up on Super Bowl Sunday today.
Oh shit.
And I was like, you know what? And he said, hey man, if you ever want some Shrimp Shack, come by. And I said, don't play with me like that, because I'll do it. I actually have the ad that he sent. He sent us a video of the ad.
Okay.
This is not, he not even paying for this. This is just this is just brand synergy at this point
Mm-hmm.
because Scrimp Shack and the Blackout Tips feels like a union that is made to be shared. But I put up the wrong screen. Why is it doing this?
Okay.
Now it won't show me how to
Got
take it
an issue.
off. Great.
So can I take it
Uh,
off?
let me refresh. I'll be right.
Refreshing. Is Shrimp Shack a national chain? I can't hear Karen.
Okay, yeah. Whew, man.
Okay.
Now Chris is gonna
Yeah.
think we running a
We back.
ghetto
My sound runs through
operation.
Rod. That's why you couldn't hear me.
That's what I forgot. Yep.
So here's the
Oh,
let
Scrimp
me
Shack.
just
Okay.
make
Is it
sure that I pull up the right thing. This is the he sent us this yesterday. It's ad for Scrimp Shack.
It's the Fish Prince of Central. Come see us for your next event. Super Bowl, bar mitzvah, wedding. Come see us. We got the best fish in town.
A town called Bel Air.
looks good?
Yeah, I'm gonna get involved in that. Shout out to my man.
I
Mhm.
fucking love that. I love that.
I'm gonna get involved. What a perfect sponsor. I'm like, so yeah, he was like, yeah, man, y'all should come on and get a platter. I was like, don't say that because I will text you on Sunday and drive over there. So I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna get my Scrimp Shack platter, and then I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl, and that's how I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, and I can't wait. I'm excited about Bad Bunny speaking Spanish. Let's go.
Bad
And
Bunny.
yes, I listened to that last album, and I'm not gonna lie, his last album's motherfucking flames. Like,
Okay.
like the beat, like it. I know it sound wild, but the beats on that bitch goes. Like if you listening to it, you be like, I don't know what he's saying, but this motherfucker goes.
I'm so excited for all the Latino people in my life too, because like
Yeah.
at the gym, like some of the trainers are like Latinas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, and it's, it's a YMCA. So you talking
Right.
Christians, probably some conservatives in there. So I don't know how loud they get to be about, their politics and beliefs and shit. But
Mhm.
when they with me, sometimes it slip through the cracks. And she was like, "What you doing this weekend?" I was like, nothing really. I mean, same thing everybody doing, watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "You excited?" She was like, "Bad Bunny." Yeah, like she's like, "Oh," and then she's like telling about the music and like she's like, "Do you?" I was like, "I don't speak Spanish, but I fuck with the vibes." And she was like telling me like what the songs mean and stuff. And I feel like maybe this almost full circle moment relates back to like Everything Everywhere All at Once and Crazy Rich Asians and stuff. I don't necessarily need it to be my culture,
No.
but
Yeah,
being black gives me shorthand to other people's cultures. And I do vicariously get like I like that. I'm not like John Leguizamo where I feel like
yeah.
someone else getting a moment takes away from my racial moment. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
we all this is just as fun as if when Kendrick got up there, this is just as big a deal to me.
And I don't
I
think I don't think
agree.
white people get that. I don't think other cultures get that about us. It's sad, but I think we are the conduit for all because once it starts working right for us, it starts working right for everybody else.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. If
that's
not
what
for
my man.
Jay-Z putting 37 black people in a row in the Super Bowl, do we get Bad Bunny?
Yeah, because because my man that people didn't like the creator of Blackish. What's his name?
Kenya Barris.
Yes.
Kenya Barris said something similar about that, and that's in this country. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And
Black
whether
people
it
are
be
the fullback.
entertainment,
Black people are the fullbacks, man. Like they make the way, and then
Yeah.
motherfuckers from behind us get the touchdown and be like, "It's all me." And
Yeah.
glory to myself.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening, Chris. Thank you for being here,
Thank
bro.
you,
It's always
Chris.
fun to hang
Thanks
out and
for
talk.
having me, guys.
You don't have to have a project to come through. I'll just emphasize
Just
again. You can always come hang out.
anytime.
And make sure you guys go and get this and support this on the 20th. which is 12 days from now. So run up the numbers on the YouTube, hit up his Venmo, help him recoup some of the costs. And are you doing any stand up that, where can people find you out here in the streets?
Find me on Instagram, and I'm all over. It just depends. I work out at the Comedy Cellar when I'm there, and in New York City. But I'm around. I usually just post where I'm at in my stories or on my Instagram.
All right, so make sure y'all go check them out, man. And I'm telling y'all, this shit was so good. You will not be disappointed. Check it out. All right, y'all. Until next time, which we got two Hornets games this week, so y'all might only get one more show this week. All right, y'all. So until next time, I love you.
I love you too. Mwah.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Chris. Happy Super Bowl.